do something with spraying, or we got somebody to, or are we gonna just wait and spray it in the fall? For trailhead, cause actually trailhead and Dixon and some of those probably need to spray them. Did we decide the city's just gonna spray them?
City's gonna take care of it.
Okay, anything else on the trailhead? How about in Dixon Park?
We're gonna get a little, we're getting some,
The Sandlot ladies would like a little rock.
Say again?
We would like rock to go to
For the ball field.
new
For
rock.
new rock on the field, cause it's almost.
they've got somebody to haul it, there's somebody that's gonna take care of the paint to get it here.
Is that sand or what is it?
It's crushed limestone. Like I got a price sheet just from Mark Marietta, and I
So
think
like-
it's 3/16 minus, and it's 15/16 a ton. I have yet to figure out how much we're gonna need. I don't know, like 3 ton, 5 ton, 10 ton. I don't know. I didn't get that far on my job list today.
I get that.
But we would like rock. Pro Co-op will truck it.
And they've got people that volunteer to pay for the rock. So it's just more or less us saying it's fine. And there's somebody that'll level it and all that already too.
So you need a volunteer yet to do the leveling on it.
No,
No, we
we've got
have-
everything.
Everything's done, you just
We
need
just,
somebody to
we
pay for
just,
it.
no, we've already got that taken care of too. All we need is a yes from
They just want the
this
blessing.
committee and we're fine.
Okay, well, that's the way to do things then.
Okay, I will accept a motion from the floor to authorize purchase of rock by,
Well, it's not even, they're purchasing it themselves, just to give them permission to put new rock in.
they're paying for it.
They're paying for it themselves
The
too.
city's probably paying for it.
No.
No, they have everything.
Private
They're just
investors.
getting the blessing from the park board to lay the new rock.
We don't need anything from you but a yes. That's it.
Giving you
We don't
permission to
even
put.
need you to come in and level it. We just got all that. We don't need anything but a yes.
They just want to guess that it's okay, they can do that.
Right. Okay, I would like a motion from the board to allow our ball field to be covered with rock at donor expenses, co-ops, trucking, somebody else's leveling.
Correct.
Okay, I have a motion, do I have a second?
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Yeah.
You may go do that.
You gotta
Thank
say-
you very much.
You gotta say aye to make it count.
Me,
Yeah, because there's only 3 people.
aye. Well, it's a majority rule.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate people that look at stuff, think it through like you guys do, and then figure out how to do it.
We talked about it last year and we just didn't get our ducks together last year, and then now like, yeah, it hasn't been had rock for
A while.
a very long time. We did have volunteers go spray it, so it has been sprayed, I think
Yeah.
twice.
It's been sprayed several times.
I think a few people have done it, so.
Yeah, and that's something, why I appreciate actually sitting down and saying, hey, we'd like to do this, because I in fact have had it sprayed and then discovered that somebody else had it sprayed and somebody else had it sprayed and somebody else. So we do need to have that input up here so that we don't do it 47 times.
Yeah, I think it's been done a couple, but.
Yeah, so yes, I appreciate it. We would love to have you rock it. And if you want to take some pictures, we can put it in the paper and say thank you very much to those who donated and made it work, because without volunteers, that kind of stuff just doesn't work very well. Anything else on Ben Dixon Park? And that'll be sprayed also by the city in the fall. Sunset Ridge, I believe the area is repaired.
Yep, because it's running.
Yeah, I thought so, because I was looking at that.
I think we need to get a camera inside that shelter house facing those bathrooms. there is power to that, so that shouldn't be hard. And I know Sonya's mentioned that she's got cameras that she's going.
You're talking since that ridge.
Yes. Because Jessica said that she's chased kids out of there, Phyllis has chased kids out of there. They're doing shit that they shouldn't be doing. So I think a camera inside that shelter house pointing at the bathrooms is getting to be a necessity. And we've even got people that would pay for that. And I know Sonia said something about she had cameras that they haven't even used, are brand new. And this is when the whole thing went down here on this school area. You know, she said that she had some cameras that she would give to us to use.
Okay. Is that the cameras that they're volunteering to put inside the shelter too, or who's?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. I haven't asked her about down there, but I have talked to her about there. And then I've talked to Cody Lawrence's wife about some cameras but she was talking about the pool down there and wherever else they needed to be.
Okay.
So she had also mentioned something about she would be willing to help.
Veronica said that.
Yep. I mean, we gotta do something. And I also think whatever the sheriff's department says that we need to do something to them boys that decided to go in and hide money behind the backboard and throw a table in the pool. If we don't do something, they're just gonna keep doing it. I mean, we gotta start hitting them in the pocketbooks.
First, we got to find out who they are, for sure. For
Well,
certain.
Well, that's for sure, they confessed. I mean,
I understand. We need a sheriff's report, find out what exactly happened according to the sheriff, and then we can move ahead appropriately.
so you're saying we can't do nothing until we get a sheriff's report?
It's not
Even
that
though
we
we've
can't do
got a
anything.
confession?
The city doesn't have enough detail on what happened, what they found. You know, you get different stories from different people, and it's easy.
So when those boys call my daughter and stuff and tell them, yeah, we jumped the fence, the money's behind the backboard, we threw a table in the pool, what more detail do you need?
We need to find out what kind of prosecution we can do, what their ages are, because certain ages you can't
Well,
prosecute.
both
for
of them
certain-
we found out are over 18.
Okay. There's no
So-
adults.
Those are things that we need to know, so we can talk to the attorney, what are our options?
Well,
not-
the sheriff was called, why didn't he just go?
Because not doing nothing is not.
We're not saying we're not gonna do anything.
Well, no,
We need
I'm not
more
saying nobody
detail.
said anything, but I'm saying when it comes time,
Supposedly, one of the members is in the military.
yeah,
We could just say, we'll turn it over to you for Article 15,
yeah,
and let their commanding officer take care of them.
yeah,
And
we'll get the people.
and that would probably carry a heck of a lot more weight than the court here would.
Yep,
Because that boy will be digging trenches and.
he'll pay for it,
Yeah.
they'll take it right out of his pay.
And I don't know if a confession to your daughter versus a confession to the police are the same. I don't.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, with these guys that's doing this other stuff, we need to get more active. I mean, we're paying an attorney $250 an hour.
It's like the kid who kicked in the door down at the cabin. He's 10 years old. He can't be prosecuted
That's
for what he did. All you can do is take the report, file it away, and wait for him to do more until he builds a case against himself. And then the court can go after him. But we can't really do anything to him other than scold him, which the sheriff already told me. He went and talked to the kid and told him, if you don't straighten up, you're gonna be in juvenile hall, and the kid just smirked at him.
So we can't go after the parents for that, the parents not.
The parents were supposed to bring the kid up and apologize about it. Didn't see anybody knocking down the door. It's bad parenting.
Well, this is why we ain't getting, this is why we're still got shit going on, we're not doing nothing, I think.
we gotta figure out a way to do something, and I've been in the court system long enough to know that just because I think it should go this way does not mean that's the way it works across the courtroom desk. So,
Believe
We
me, I'd like
do
to have
have
them
a
picking up
new-
sticks every day for a year.
we do have a new attorney for the city, and I'm hoping that with that new attorney, we'll get some things adjusted and corrected.
Is there any way that we could get more police patrol in town? How
Probably
many
gonna
hours
pay
do
for
they-
that, I don't know.
Right now, we pay for
$65,000 a year.
40 hours a week.
No, I think it's 20 hours a week, but
20.
they do more,
It's 20.
but they are in town more, that's just a writ, if they get a 911 call, that
The
doesn't
problem,
count.
the problem is I come through town from spraying at night, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and you don't see anybody, cause now when I get home and back in town, I drive by the parks. But you don't see nothing, you just don't know when them little shits are out running around now.
Yeah.
I mean, I caught him one night, and it was old Jennifer's boy and his hooligan gang down at the school rocking that stop sign, you know, it's just tilted. You chew their ass and chase them out of there, but nobody else can do nothing about it, not gonna make an issue of it.
Well, thank you for stopping and confronting them, because I think that's helpful.
Well, I've asked Steve to put a camera up on my deck, that way I could, but I only want 10% for all the guys that roll through the fucking stop sign. Leave your 10% and he wouldn't take me up on it.
And there's some stipulations on traffic cameras.
There is one other thing with the pond.
Okay.
Over the weekend, whatever day it was that the pool was open later because of all the other stuff or whatever.
I think it was
Sunday
Sunday.
or Monday or whatever day it was, there were a couple of kids swimming in the pond. I did not see it, my daughter saw it, and so she didn't say anything to them, but she did say that she saw it.
Is it posted?
It used to be posted,
It used to be, I remember.
There should be signs there that says no swimming.
So if it says no swimming, what more can we as a city do? I mean,
just kind of a FYI that I would really hate for a child, let alone anyone, have an accident, whether it's in the pond, the pool, or, whatever, just because they're, and I'm not saying it's because the pool was closed or whatever, they probably would have been there anyhow, but just kind of an FYI that kids are swimming in the pond. But yeah, there used to be signs, I know on the east side, for sure, that said no swimming, but I don't know.
I guess I can go down and look after this. I assume there is no swimming signs posted a couple of conspicuous spots around there.
Yeah, I would think, but
I would agree with you if a kid had drowned, that's unfortunate. But I'm not sure how far the city has to go to keep a kid from drowning.
right,
I mean, there's gotta be parenting here somewhere, and I am not a
Right.
parent. But, I think I've talked to Elle even about putting fences around that. And we've already proved that a fence doesn't really help because that's what the swimming pool issue was.
right.
We could maybe get Matt to sit down there with paintball. Actually, I think that would be as effective as anything,
I'd be scared.
but,
Yeah, I just think one of these days, we're gonna fish a kid out of that pond.
I mean, I'm
It's
not,
coming sooner or
yeah,
later.
I don't know
The way things
how to
are
prevent it
anymore,
or whatever,
it's
but just like on everybody's radar, like you said, Al stopping, talking to the kids about doing things they shouldn't be doing, that if, I don't know, I drive by the pond multiple times and I can't say as I'm always looking to see if someone's, just be more aware of it, I guess.
I
and-
think if all of those of us that are adults, if they see something that's going on that isn't supposed to be happening, stop and say something. I know I did that on the way past a vacant farm site on my way home the other night at 12:30 at night. It was actually the owner but 12:30 at night seemed a
You
little
never know.
inconspicuous.
Right?
So I did stop, and she thanked me for stopping. If we stop and say, hey, you know, you're really not supposed to be here. And yes, there's kids that are gonna, give you a single finger salute and all that kind of stuff. I may not be able to help those kids. If they drowned, that's just tough. But we can stop and tell them, hey, you know, it's posted. You're not supposed to be here. It's open all day long. I'm not sure how much more than that we can legitimately do. We don't have full-time police. We don't have somebody who wants to sit and babysit each park all day, every day. We can put cameras everywhere. All that does is maybe catch an image of the people doing it. It doesn't stop them from doing it. And I will tell you that on my father-in-law's bus, they had cameras. The kid was videotaped doing unbelievable stuff. They took it to school. The parents said, that ain't my kid. I don't know where you go from there.
Right. Well, and you have to have, somebody to monitor the cameras as well.
I don't know how Iowa law views fences anyway. In where I came from, a fence was viewed as something that keeps things in, not that keeps things out. So you
You
can't,
mean in the
you
courts?
can post for trespassing, but
But the bad thing is, it's gonna take somebody getting.
that's the unfortunate part about it. It's gonna take a tragedy for people to open their eyes.
Now, I'm assuming if we post no swimming and somebody
I think the
dies.
liability would cover that, our insurance.
Well, I'm thinking that might sidestep liability because I've already said you can't be here. And if you in fact disobey that, at least the liability part. And anybody else have any other ideas, but I'm thinking that helps sidestep liability.
That's the primary reason for no trespassing sign, is just, hey, I told him not to be there.
Yeah. And I realized in a courtroom, you can think you've got everything perfect and it ain't always gonna go that way. I've been across courtroom desk for 40 years. It does not always work the way you want it to. But yes, I appreciate the thought. I think the best way we can do it is just, if you're an adult and something looks wrong, stop and say something.
See something, say something.
I think that's probably our best.
Or if it's the middle of the day, you call me and I'll go down there and chew their ass, cause Jesse's called me several times, there's kids don't think they're doing something bad at the pond, so I'll go down there and say, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. And I did kind of like the paintball deal, but it works great for cats at my house. Okay, how about the event center? We've got the stairway down, we've got all the holes kind of patched up. Anything else we need to do? Okay, bike trail, we should be good there. Gazebo park. That is all, we're waiting for a sculpture. The electric's in, all that's done. My understanding is in the next 2 days, he's gonna drop a 1,200-pound steel structure.
1,600 pounds.
1,600 pound. Anyway, it isn't gonna blow away,
Yeah.
so,
And it's gonna be lighted behind it, is that what?
inside,
Inside of it?
inside,
And then the dedication is on Greater Rolfe Days.
right.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you, for those of you who are gonna be watching and going, well, that light's on all the time. Yes, it's gonna be on all the time until I get back on Wednesday. Because I didn't have a photo eye with me, so it's just a live outlet. When they plug it in, it's gonna be on. It's LED, it'll cost you 59 cents until I get back. When I get back, I'll put it on a photo eye. But other than that, it should be all ready for the structure. I'm assuming he's gonna lag it to the concrete.
I'm assuming so too.
So, we'll,
Details.
yeah, if the details for how it's gonna be mounted is as thorough as the electrical, I know nothing to. Okay, anything else on gazebo or heritage parks? Is there anything we need to do up up there for farmer's market? Is
I
it
got it covered.
pretty well covered? Okay.
Yeah, the first night it was the cement, it was kind of a mess, but I went home, got my broom, and we took care of it.
Thank you.
Cleaned it up, that's
Thank
all I said, every Thursday night, I'll take care of getting it cleaned up, as long as we have farmers.
That makes life a lot better if
So
everybody just does it.
this sculpture, you're gonna have it like on a timer, then it just turns on at nighttime or
I'm
something?
gonna have it on a photo eye. When it's dark, it's on, when it's
Okay,
light,
gotcha.
it's off.
So cloudy days.
So I gotta keep that on all the time unless we change it somehow, cause
Yes.
it's on the Christmas lights. So when they were down there working, they're like, we need electricity to that. I'm like, oh, well, it's probably hooked up to the Christmas lights, and we always shut them off when we take down the Christmas lights.
Well, and you can do that, or you can take down the Christmas lights during the day because the photo eye shuts them off. Or we can just pull anyway, yes,
Well, it's
you
for
gotta
later,
leave it
so-
on now.
Yes, yes.
Anything else there, otherwise I think we're good there. Community center, both vacuums I've already cleaned up, repaired, and you got a new hose for the one that was bad. I think we have 2 functional vacuums here.
And I used them and they sucked up just fine.
Yeah. The thing I will tell you, just like the vacuum down at the swimming pool, it's just like a shop vac. Whoever's using it's gotta clean it once in a while. I don't care what vacuum it is, if you don't clean it once in a while, anyway. But anyway, both vacuums have been cleaned and put back together. Anything else that we need to discuss?
Had compliments on it, like when Dee had Kurt's funeral dinner in here, there were a lot of comments on how nice the community center looks now.
Good. I noticed, Mary, Ellen was out here doing some gardening beside the community center yesterday. So we've got some people volunteering to make life in Rolfe better. I appreciate that much.
One thing that we should probably look at is, I know we've talked a little bit about it, but the building could use a good pressure washing. And we have a guy in town who does that for a living. It'd be okay to get a bid out of him, just an unsolicited bid, and then discuss having, if it is cost effective, have him do it.
Are you gonna do all?
I can
4
ask him.
Are you gonna do all 4 sides or just the front?
All 4 sides really need to be cleaned, but
I
we can do
I
one
would have to
side.
get the water tower situation. taken
What's that?
care of. You would have to get the water tower situation taken care of.
Well, water tower isn't gonna happen until August now.
Oh,
They've been delayed.
when they get through to do it after Monday.
We could, it doesn't have to be done immediately, it could use a good pressure washing. It hasn't been done in several years.
Do we have water on this side of the building?
There's a spigot out there.
Okay. I can run an extension cord from that stove outlet, plug in a pressure washer. Yeah. Is his totally self-contained, you know?
I have no idea, I just see his advertisements at Royal Parkland, and I said, you know, what the heck? If the guy does it for a living, maybe he can cut us a good deal.
Well, I guess if you wouldn't mind asking for costs,
Okay, I just wanted to get your permission to go ahead and do that.
I would think that we could, I don't even need to know if you need permission to ask him for
Yeah.
an estimate.
But like to let people know what's going on.
I appreciate that. And that way we can kind of decide what we're doing. Anything else that we need to discuss? Otherwise, I will accept a motion. Did you girls get everything you needed?
We did.
Thank you very much for your effort. Once again, volunteers are a big deal in my opinion.
I know people really enjoy the Sandlot Sunday supper a lot.
I would be sure
That
you're.
way they don't have to cook on
Or-
Sunday night.
Our ball game is back on Sunday again now?
Yeah, we just skipped this past weekend because we figured July
Because of the-
4th,
yeah.
nobody's gonna be around. I did talk to one person that was upset because she didn't wanna have to cook something. This week we'll do hamburgers and hot dogs, big hot dogs this week.
What time does that happen?
5. Kids play from 5 to 6, adults play from 6 to 7.
So 6 o'clock is about.
And I did order, with the monies that we had from last year, I did order stuff for the pool that will be here this week. I spent about $900
For the pool.
for the pool.
So
So I
like
bought
chairs and
I
stuff.
bought chairs, I bought 2 big chairs, pool noodles,
Different toys.
different toys, and a mop, oh, and a radio.
These are still funds from last year.
Yeah, so I spent some of last year's rolled over monies. And I did go talk to Amy, and I'm like, what's on your shopping list? What do you want?
There you go, that's the proper way to do it,
Yeah.
cause she's the one that knows what we need up there.
Yeah, she's like, well, this and this. I'm like, do you have a radio? No. Okay, I'll order your radio.
Wasn't it new shower curtains too, or
I
different
didn't-
ones?
I didn't order any shower curtains yet, cause she just
Trying
wanted
to
to have
find
some
some.
extra, because how they whip in the wind and blow around, they rip
It's
into your.
probably just like a flag, they only survive so long.
Yeah, so that was the only thing on her list that I really didn't order. Yeah, I spent about $900 on stuff.
Thank you very much.
Oh, goggles, I got some goggles too. Cause when I was there on yesterday, there was parts and pieces of goggles that I fished out of the bottom of the pool. Cause a little kid probably wore them,
Yeah,
broke
that's
and they
fair.
sank.
Sure. Well, I appreciate that too. Anything else? Motion to adjourn. Second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. It's unanimous. We have adjourned.